It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
I got the feeling the fear. My city is crabs in the barrel. I learned to get back through the signs of the trials and the errors. Computer my life with the errors. I step like the Greek with no guidance, replying the errors. You niggas are not in my era. I was on that like Cronets. Puss and then get pressed like Kotex. I'm a black star with my squad like most Def. Reign supreme, my face card like Maybelline. My dog used to push white like saving cream. These little niggas from the land of the Maybelline. You like to dance, have fun, try to shake the beam. God is my witness, they know that I'm flawed, but I got not folding than y'all. Set up the stage and I kill it, I'm going to war. Nobody can fuck with these bars. Roam through the land like seas. I'm drawn out a plan like Egypt, sowing my seed. Better y'all grow in season. I be going hard, no reason. Say la vie. One life, I got land to seize. Niggas might think I'm a Pharisee. This is my therapy. I do not care to please. Catch them out of Linux, don't wanna square with me. Whoa. Better teach your man how to squabble. Rap money, but to fly me out of Cabo. Dedicated 1/4 to the game, boy. I got a shit bucket like a nigga hit the lotto. Backstage, pulling plays on the phone, baby girl trying to hit me with a slot like Nevada. Let me introduce you to my new model. Finna push these niggas off me like, push these niggas on me like, push these niggas on me like,
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this evening. This particular video is not going to be all that long, but I do want to come talk to y'all real quick because word on the street is that Kendrick Lamar and SZA's Grand National Tour, the stop they did out in Houston, has outperformed the previous. This is getting crazy, man. So, with all of the debate, all of the fake news, all of the hate campaign that was going around, people were claiming that Jay Prince was going to somehow foil the plans of their show or cause a disruption. I think they said that nigga was out in Mexico or something like that. Now, we saw the footage of the show. We saw how packed that motherfucker was. But now the financial update has come out and it actually produced even more money than the Minneapolis stop. And y'all can remember the Minneapolis stop produced $9 million or something to that tune, which was the best selling hip hop concert in the US ever. Now that the new update has come out from Houston, Houston is now the most money made on a hip hop show ever because they made a few more $100,000. I told y'all the other day I predicted this Grand National Tour is going to be the highest grossing hip hop tour of all time. Once again, I said he did it once with the Big Steppers. Ain't no question. Ain't no fucking question. They got 39 of these, dog. North American and European tour. 2 down, 37 more to go. Now, it's not about pocket watching because I know there's going to be some people out there that's going to be, well, since when are we pocket watching? Nigga, we always pocket watch. We talk about how niggas get their deals. We talk about when people get these endorsements. We talk about all these different things. Yes, we be pocket watching. That's what we do. But beyond that, again, it's just countering the misinformation that's coming out there because there's so many different people that are trying to downplay the magnitude of this tour. They're trying to downplay the magnitude of the music that Kendrick Lamar is dropping as of late. They're trying to make it seem as though he's only relevant because he had a back and forth beef with Drake last year. But if that is the driving force of the relevance, then why is it that Drake is not seeing the same level of success? Why is it that he had a much shorter tour? He went and did a Australian and New Zealand tour, and he didn't even finish out the motherfucker. He had to cancel the last couple dates and gave no real explanation as to why. When you look at the photos of this man on his tour, he has rows upon rows upon rows of fans in the stands holding up signs, literally looking for charity. Pay off my college tuition. I need some money. We don't see none of that shit at the goddamn Grand National Tour. Everybody paid their top dollar, gladly, happily, and is enjoying the show, not grifting, not asking for a motherfucking thing back. I don't need nothing, man. I just came to enjoy the show. So if it's all about Drake, then why is he not out here eclipsing all of this stuff? I don't even know if they released the touring data on that motherfucking Anita Max win shit. I haven't seen no updates about it. But anyway, let's get to the specifics. And we're also going to get to Young Thug playing coy in his new interview with GQ when asked about the Drake and Kendrick beef. He kind of decided not to really speak on it too much, but he did take the opportunity to do just like Lil Baby did and kind of downplay his mention in Not Like Us. He also spoke about the state of rap in the interview as if he should be talking about it, but we're going to get to that. First, let's get to the touring data. Now, for anybody that's curious how to obtain this information, you got to go to the touring data website. I think it's touringdata.wordpress.com. They've now paywalled some of the information that's available on this site. If you want to get specifics and box office data, you're going to have to join their Patreon, which ranges from free to $15 a month. Of course, if you join the free tier, you're not going to get very much access at all. You're just going to know that it's there. I'm not saying you need to go spend your money over there. I'm just saying if you want one-on-one access to this stuff at any time, that's what you got to do. But let's go ahead and pull up the data. All right, so this is from Minneapolis, the first night, okay? So reported revenue for the first show was $9,124,989. Okay. Reported tickets sold 47,354 tickets. Reported capacity sold out, 100% sold out. Remember, this is the Minneapolis date. Average ticket price was $192.70. Some were higher, some were lower, but once you average it out, they came in at $192.70. Okay. So that's Minneapolis. Now we're going to go over to Houston, which is the one that everyone was debating about. And we can see here more tickets, more information, and you can add this stuff up, right? Because they're going to keep updating this as the tour continues. So now the total is $18,574,448. Reported tickets sold are now at 89,559 out of a possible 92,610. Okay. Percentage sold for both shows now even out at about 96.71%. Of course, the first show was sold out at 100. I believe that this Houston show was somewhere around the 93% mark. Okay. Average revenue is $9.287 million. Average tickets, 44,780. The ticket price average has now been upped to $207.40. Now, when you go back up to that reported revenue piece, remember the first show produced about $9.1 million. The reported revenue is at 18.574. You do the math, you subtract that first show from that grand total. Houston brought in around $9,449,459. So now they've upped the ante. And the main reason why the ante has been upped is because although Houston sold a few less tickets, the tickets were actually a few dollars higher for the average sale price. Okay. And I actually have the information in front of me now. So you see revenue is exactly as I stated before. Tickets sold, they sold 42,205 tickets. So approximately around 5,000 less tickets. They sold at 93.26 capacity rate. But again, the ticket price, the average ticket price was a little bit higher in Houston. Okay, just giving y'all the updates as they come in. I know some people are not interested in all of these numbers. Hey, you don't have to stick around. You don't have to click on this stuff. Just giving y'all the reports as they come, because misinformation will come around and people will say that it's not successful, it's failing, it's this, it's that, it's whatever. And y'all know I like to correct misinformation. Not to act like I know everything, because that's not the thing. I'm not the one tallying all this stuff. I'm not tabulating nothing. But I'm just saying, if the information is out there, we're going to talk about it. Now, the best way for this not to be a topic is if the Drake fans bow out gracefully, stop hating, stop trying to create narratives, and just let Kendrick and SZA go out and have a successful tour. Maybe we won't have to do daily updates about the concert tickets sold and the revenue and all that shit. But if y'all go keep acting like it's a farce, it's fake, we're going to continue to dunk on your ass and windmill and 360 y'all in your face. Just is what it is. Now let's get to Young Thug. So in this clip we're about to play, this is Young Thug once again in his new interview with GQ. And it says here, Young Thug speaks on Kendrick Lamar name dropping him on Not Like Us. The quote here says, "You know I'm a Drake fan." Okay.
So I don't think no music is bad or nothing is like wrong. Everything is just fire.
Well, it feels like when you were away, it was sort of dominated by this like Drake Kendrick thing, you know?
Yeah, for most of it.
Which I don't know if you have like a side in that. Atlanta kind of even got dragged in by Kendrick, which was an interesting one.
Yeah. He just like spoke on people's name in Atlanta.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was about. But I'm like a Drake fan.
Do you feel like it's like rap?
So I don't think.
So that's Young Thug speaking on the name drop. He says he don't understand it. He acting confused. He's acting like he don't know what the hell people talking about. Clearly he knows about the battle, but I'm guessing he's looking at it like, I don't know why I was name dropped. I thought Not Like Us was very clear about why certain people were named in that third verse, using the Atlanta metaphor of, back when black people were forced to build this fucking city, you know what I'm saying, at the hands of colonizers, to Drake being the colonizer coming and utilizing the natural resources of the city of Atlanta, utilizing the hip hop culture prevalent in Atlanta, which of course has been the lifeblood of hip hop for many years, as far as the energy, as far as the lingo, as far as the swag, as far as a lot of different things. Young Thug being one of those contributors, Future being one of those contributors, Migos being contributors, Lil Baby, you know what I'm saying? All who were name dropped on the record, and pretty much everybody who's been interviewed or spoken about it, including Thug, Future, and Lil Baby, they all have taken pretty much a similar stance. Like, I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know why my name came up. Future came out and said, well, shit, man, maybe y'all should be the one mad. He came out on my song and said, fuck the big three. In my eyes, I was part of the big three. Maybe I should be mad about that. He was being facetious and tongue-in-cheek and joking, but he didn't want to give a definitive answer, right? There was talks at the time when that interview came out that maybe him, Drake, and Metro could have been trying to come to some sort of, resolution of the beef. Well, not Metro, but Future and Drake specifically. And that may have been being fostered by the Weeknd's label XO and stuff, because all of them are under that whole Sal Media or whatever the fuck that shit is called. So then Lil Baby comes out, he did an interview, he says, I don't like the fact that he mentioned me in that song. I ain't got nothing to do with that. If you shooting at him, don't include my name in it, which on the surface, I will say I understand. If you and this man got beef, don't use me in the beef, because then I'm going to have to answer to it. But when you have the opportunity to answer to it, all you got to say is, hey, man, I'd rather stay out of it. But then to come out and say, I don't like that, and kind of downplay it like it was corny or something like that, that's where it gets a little weird. And it's like, all right, nigga, well, shit, maybe I should shoot in your direction too. None of you niggas ain't exempt, right? Not saying Kendrick's gonna do that, but just saying that's how it could be perceived on the other side. Now we get Young Thug, which I don't really expect much different from Young Thug. I mean, it's said that Drake put down $1 million on his legal fees. So of course he's a Drake fan. Not to mention they got plenty of music together. They dropped a song together even while Thug was incarcerated. So I'm not surprised by that. They collaborate pretty often. Although many of the Atlanta rappers, including Future, have rocked with Kendrick, have spoken highly of Kendrick. Many of them have come out and said that Kendrick is God level when it comes to rapping. And I'm not talking about God as in God in the sky, but or in heaven. But God level rap, as it may be called. Even Migos have talked about that. So I don't think they really want smoke. It's just that they're trying to remain neutral because they know, hey man, when all the dust settles on this, we getting back to business with dropping songs with Drake, okay? Despite what y'all got going on, leave us out of it because we just trying to continue to make that money on. All right? And that's really what's going on here. But there's also a clip of Young Thug speaking in this very same interview about the state of rap music, which I find very interesting because although Thug is influential in certain areas, when you start talking about people's lyrical content and substance, you got to take a back seat, sir. So here the quote says, Young Thug speaks on the current state of rap. This is a quote. It says, now it's just like quick. We got to get back to making movies. It was just a big wave of nothingness running the game. And I think there's a lot of people out there that would have said you were one of the top reasons why there was nothingness running the game. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't disagree too strongly. I like Young Thug. I like certain songs by Thug. I think he definitely introduced some flows, some sounds, that people are still running with to this day. You got people like Party Next Door who put that fucking song out trying to sound just like Thug, and he's done it numerous times. You got people like Travis Scott who have taken pieces from Thug. He's also blended he's like a mashup of Kanye, Thug, and Future. You take all of that and you got Travis. So there's definitely people that have poached from the style and made their own thing out of it. So I'll give him that much. But to come out and, act like a wave of nothingness was running the game as if you weren't a part of it in terms of substance and music that people could really live to, I don't really agree. But here's what he had to say.
Do you feel like it's like rap music in general is in a good place?
Yes. I think the numbers could be better, but yeah.
Oh, you mean like people could be selling more?
Yeah. I seen something about like the percentage in hip hop has like went down.
Oh, really?
I seen something like that when I was locked up. So
do you have a theory about why?
I think a lot of people like rapping about the same thing. And nobody is bringing like something that you can actually watch.
This is a man who made a living rapping about lean, coochie, and gang shit. Lean, coochie, gang shit. And he said niggas been rapping about the same thing. That's where shit get weird to me.
You can enjoy the music and like enjoy the things that they do, but like we used to like make movies, I think now it's just like quick. You got to get back to like movies. Like, got to get back to like to where like people respect it.
Why do you think they went away from that in the first place?
Because like it was just a big wave of like nothingness running the game. Like super simple videos, not really high price videos. Like that wave like came in really strong. So even the people that was doing high price videos, they started doing like regular videos because that's what was popping.
Yeah.
But I think now we did it so long to the point where we like comfortable with that and we don't want to do stuff like this no more that take time. Now we just like, man, let's just go ahead and shoot the video. Let's
Yeah.
Instead of like a fucking day set, 2 day set, shit like that.
Yeah.
My boy down there got a Zorro mask on with a goddamn Devil May Cry outfit. Ain't that about a bitch? But I ain't gonna lie. I don't want to shoot the messenger, because the message of what he's saying is actually agreeable. There has been niggas on some bullshit, especially when we talk about mainstream rap niggas. It's been a lot of bullshit. This is why the ladies have taken over for the most part, because the niggas' music had gotten so goddamn stale. Now, when it comes to him talking about making movies and the music videos, I also can't agree with that, because the music industry has shifted in many ways as it pertains to visuals. A lot of people are releasing music videos from cell phones, or, you know, really easy, affordable cameras. Or even if you got an expensive camera, you're not necessarily renting out big lots of space. You know, you're doing like these pure space music videos and stuff like that the indie artists would be doing, or just going to the city and doing run and gun guerrilla style videos, or, you know, going to your homie warehouse lot doing a video. Because the return on these big budget projects isn't what it used to be. You're not, the money is mostly coming from being on stage. The money is mostly being made from, you know, big sync opportunities, getting your music played during these commercials and these advertisements and doing endorsement deals and stuff like that. So it's like, I'm not finna spend all this money on a music video not to make nothing back. And I gotta go and do 5 motherfucking engagements to break even. Hell no. And I think he's going to have to find that out as well, because things have changed in the time that he was away, the time that he was locked up. You know, a lot of things have shifted in rap. And I think he's going to have to challenge himself in more ways than one when it comes to his bars and the production. You know, niggas was doing the ski challenge and all that shit around the time you left, but niggas ain't skiing no more. Your boy Lil Baby might have sold decent on paper, but nobody gave a fuck. You talk about came and went. Damn. But yeah, man, that's Young Thug with his assessment of the situation. More power to him. I want to see him do well. I mean, he from the city. I know very well where he's from. Spent a bit of my childhood out in East Point. You know, so I always want to see them niggas win. But you got to bring something else to the table, man. Y'all done did this shit for a decade. What's new? What's left to be said? But yeah, I guess we won't be expecting any Kendrick Lamar Young Thug features in the near future. I guess we can't guarantee that much, okay? Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Become an insider. I will catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good out there, man. Enjoy your weekend. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more to survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they died of me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.